Okay, so today we have Morrissey and Oboe Concerto, or Concerto, either way. This is another one from World Peace is None of Your Business. I do believe this is, if not the old album closer, it's, near the end of the album here, but either way, I thought it did this song. I have to say, I thought I've done this one. Apparently, I have searched it up before, but I've never reacted to it. So finally, I guess I was going to, and I decided to go with another one. But here we are today, and yeah, so let's get into it, talk about it after. Back for another Morrissey Friday. You know the drill. Let's go. Space agey.
And he spoke with his voice, while he was talking with his mouth.
Powerful bass.
Oboe Concerto.
Whoa.
All the best ones are dead, and there's a song I can't stand, and it's stuck in my head. There's a song I can't stand, and it's stuck in my head. Oboe Concerto.
I love the way he says that.
All I do is drink to absent friends, and there's a song I can't stand, and it's stuck in my head. There's a song I can't stand, and it's stuck in my head. The older generation have tried, sighed and died, which pushes me to their place in the queue.
Wind or something at the end there. some more space age noise. My goodness. So Morrissey and Oboe Concerto. I can't say it like he was saying there, almost rolling his R's and everything. I mean, my God. So there we go. And I also have to mention, I see here on songfacts.com, just to say off the top, it's a song called Oboe, with Oboe in the title, but there's not an oboe on the track. But there is a clarinet, which Boz Boer played apparently here, as I see in the personnel, and he gave a great little solo. And I'll say off the top too, this is such a dark, gloomy, moody song, and again, what else do you expect from Moz? I mean, my God. And a song, of course, about death. I mean, I would say too, I don't know if it's all about how, and almost I would say just off the top too, a song about the cycle of life and how death comes to us all basically, and how Morrissey, I'm going right at it, but it's all off the top of my head. I just want to say that a song about how Morrissey's almost longing for the old times, maybe, or he's just talking about the old people that he looked up to that are now all gone, or maybe even just friends that he had. Again, I think of Kirsty MacColl, who was his friend who passed away in 2000, I do believe, at a young age. Anyway, so she comes to mind too. So all this kind of stuff, comes to mind about talking about death, talking about how they all have died. They've sighed, they tried, and they died. And it's just like, again, it's said with so much, I don't know. I don't want to say conviction again. I say conviction too much, but it's said with so much poise, I guess you would say. It's said powerfully. When he says died, it's just like, I don't know. There's such a tone to it, which is, appropriate. So anyway, I feel like I'm going all over the place just because these lyrics just kind of struck me. It's a very introspective, I would say, personal track for Morrissey here. And again, talking about the gloominess, talking about the darkness, I mean, that fits very well with when you're talking about death. But also just to talk about everyone on the track now, because I talked about the clarinet, which I love the clarinet solo. There was this contributed to what the clarinet did. There was a jazzy kind of feeling to the track that at least I got. I don't know, it almost had I don't know if I'd say like a 50s, 60s kind of, I don't know, jazzy sound like that or whatever, but it just kind of reminded me back to those times, whatever, of, some artists of that time that I've listened to, or even like a Chet Baker comes to mind perhaps, either way. I know Chet didn't play the clarinet, but it was just, there's some kind of a jazziness to it. Either way. And also, of course, the bass work. Holy crap. Who was on the bass here? Solomon Walker. Yes. From the get-go. I said, that powerful bass work or whatever the hell I said, but it's bold as hell. You can't miss it. I mean, my God, I think because also Gustavo Manzer is on keyboards, piano, organ, synths. This is for the whole album again. So, pick your poison with what the hell he was on. I mean, he was on so many things for this album, but I would say, he's on the keys either way here. And I think that's, all the noises, the space age noises I say, I believe that was, the synths I want to say, or maybe I'm just dumb as hell. But either way, you have that, and then you have that jazzy feel, and then you have that big ass bass, and it just sounds so dirty and in a good way, and I just loved it. And there was also the track was slow, it was kind of smooth and gloomy, but then you had the pickup, and I had to look at the timestamp around the 2.5 minute mark with that clarinet solo, and then you had Matt Walker come in on the drums where he picked up things and kind of got faster, and then you have Morrissey come in talking about the rhythm. He talked about the last part of the song basically where he brings up rhythm, and I just like that, and it's kind of satisfying because the rhythm had just really picked up and got going. So I don't know, but yeah, I just like that part too. My God. But anyway, I feel like I'm talking 1,500 miles a minute, whatever. But I just have to say, this track, I guess, really struck me, I guess, just from the way I'm talking about it. But yeah, and then, of course, I talked about everybody. So Jesse Tobias is also on guitar here. And not to take anything away from Jesse, but I just have to say, I love that bass guitar, and the clarinet was great, too, and the drums hit me. Yeah, anyway, my God. And Boz is, of course, also on guitar, so I'd imagine he was also on guitars on this track, too. Maybe there, more than just one guitar on the track. So anyway, I can't say enough about these guys, behind Morrissey. Everyone talks about Morrissey, of course, and his great vocals and his, slowed down vocals and all that stuff. But, the guys behind him are, they're no, whatever the hell, they're good. I mean, I can't think of the saying I want to say, but anyway, I'll just say that his band behind him, at least at this point, was very good. And, they were great, musicians. I mean, my God. So anyway, and they, were very important to the track. And these lyrics are, again, very interesting. And there's a lot of contemplation going on here, too, I would say. And a lot of kind of nostalgia comes to mind, too. Anyway, let's just go. So, and he spoke with his voice while he was talking with his mouth. So this apparently, and there's an annotation here because again, I didn't know who this was talking, and of course it wasn't Morrissey, but it says this is a voice sample from comedian / female impersonator Rex Jameson in his popular persona of Mrs. Shufflewick. And it says, I did also see on songfacts.com here that the producer talked about how she's basically, I mean, you know, not unlike somebody like Dame Edna. I feel like I couldn't say it. Anyway, who I have heard of, but I've never heard of Mrs. Shufflewick. But either way, I guess it's kind of the same kind of thing. And they took that from, I guess, maybe a comedy album from her or his, whatever. So anyway, we go on, and that's a very interesting way to start the track. So Oboe Concerto, I'm trying to say it, you know, like he was saying it, which is not going well. All the best ones are dead. It's just like, it's so bleak from the get-go, which again, I don't expect anything less from him. And there's a song I can't stand, and it's stuck in my head. There's a song I can't stand, and it's stuck in my head. So again, you talk about death. You talk about how people are gone. People are dead. You know, whatever. His friends are gone. Whatever. All my friends are dead. That comes to mind from the get-go here. The best ones are dead. And that's the kind of a sentiment that I feel like a lot of people, especially, you know, at the age of Morrissey, whatever, when you're older now, and you know, this was 12 years ago, so Morrissey's even older now. But anyway, and you talk about, and you think about back to your old times, you think about the memories you have with other people, and now you might come to the conclusion that, damn, they're all dead. Anyway, and he talks about, there's a song, is he talking about, you know, this might be a reach, but is he talking about like a song that he heard at a funeral, or something like that? Or, because again, I think about how there's been songs in my head that I don't like, and you know, that's just the most straightforward, plain way to go. But I don't think that's what he's talking about here, where it's just he has a song stuck in his head that sucks. But anyway, but I guess the song does suck. It's just, you know, he doesn't want that song to be in his head, because it makes him think about the dead or whatever, or maybe the song was being played again at a funeral where, you know, he was at for one of his friends or whatever. Anyway, you know, that kind of stuff comes to mind. So then we go on. Oboe Concerto. All they do is drink to absent friends. And again, it's the same kind of stuff repeated. I drink to absent friends, you know, these friends that aren't here anymore who can't drink. I'll drink for them. And there's a song I can't stand, and it's stuck in my head. And there's a song I can't stand that's stuck in my head. Again, I feel like, you know, I want to say, is there metaphors here that I might just not be smart enough to get, but at the same time, like I said, maybe he's talking about the funeral, talking about a song he's heard, you know, that he heard at a bad time, that he can't get out of his head, and he doesn't like it, and it makes him uncomfortable. All of this stuff comes to mind. Anyway, the older generation have tried, sighed, and died. Again, death in every part of the track. I mean, my God, which pushes me to their place in the queue. And it's just like, again, it's bleak, it's dark, it's ugly. When you think about, these people are gone now. They tried, they sighed, they died. I'm gonna be one of the next people. I'm gonna try, sigh, and I'm gonna die one day. You know, all these people who, I don't know if he's talking about, you know, tried to change the world, I don't know, in music or whatever the hell he's talking about. But at the same time, you know, now he's gonna be in their place soon. He'll be in that queue. And then one day he's going to die, and, you know, then he'll be like his friends or whatever, or these people that he looked up to when he grew up, and that are all gone now, of course, because he's, you know, because they, you know, would they be old if they were alive? Good Lord, it'll be over 100 perhaps for whatever heroes Morrissey did have. Anyway, round rhythm goes round rhythm goes round, round rhythm of life goes round. There we go. Round the rhythm goes round, round rhythm of life goes round. That's a goddamn tongue. That's a tongue twister. Holy moly! But it's repeated on, and that's the end of the track there. So it seems like, in a way, you know, rhythm, it all goes round. And I think about, because I just reacted to Benjamin Orr's Stay the Night, which is very kind of off topic here, but he talked about, you know, we've come full circle in a relationship. But in this part, it seems like, again, we all come full circle, or we do a full circle anyway. Life is a circle. I can't remember the other word I was trying to say, but either way, life is a circle. We all, you know, we try, we sigh, and we all die. We just go round and round in a circle in that kind of way. What I was trying to think of, because I had to pause, you know, the cycle of life. Cycle. I was saying circle, maybe the kind of same thing. But, you know, we're talking about the cycle of life here, I would say, and just how things keep going around and around. People are going to come and go. You know, I'm going to come and go. The people before me have already gone, and now I'm in this queue, and, you know, I can't stop it. It's gloomy. It sucks. It's sad. It's tragic, you know, but we live with it. I mean, my goodness, we're all circling the drain. But again, such a poignant introspective, thought-provoking track. I can't say it enough. And I love the music on it. I love, again, the clarinet from Boz. I love the drumming from Matt, and the bass work from Solomon. I can't say it enough. The guys on the track here really showed up, I felt like, anyway. And I love that kind of jazzy feel, like I said. And I love Morrissey's slow-moving, passionate, dejected, you might almost say, vocals on the track. And even though maybe I don't understand all the lyrics here, I kind of understand, I think, what he's trying to get at. Hopefully that came across. So anyway, I'm gonna go now. I'm sweating bullets. It's hot as hell. Now I understand why a lot of people don't like summer. I mean, I forgot how hot it gets. Holy moly. Anyway, and it's only gonna get hotter. Isn't that fun? So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all the stuff. Really appreciate it. All the support. And I'll talk to you guys again soon.